Most difficult places to live in Russia. Imagine a long, vast forest freezing with a snowstorm brewing in the sky. You just imagine the entire Siberian region. Throw in some radiation and isolation, and you just imagine Novaya Zemlya. Both have wintry tundras that cover the land, with mountains and plateaus leaving but little resources to their people. The land is nothing but winter. Siberia is a region covering 77% of Russia. Novaya Zemlya, on the other hand, is an isolated archipelago owned by Russia. How would one survive these places? Why do people even live there? Why don't you live there? Disclaimer: we will be going over only the physical features of the regions. Social and political status do not apply. What makes Siberia and Novaya Zemlya challenging places to live? Is it their climate, the landforms, location, weather, or pollution? Well, it's all of the above. We will begin with the features, then talk about the problems that come with them. Let's start with the climate. The climate in both regions is cold, as both regions are far above the equator. Both regions average around -20 degrees, but Siberia does have a short summer with an average of 20 degrees. For the landforms and locations aspect of the two places, both are diverse with many landforms but different in location. Siberia has mountains, plains, masslifts, basins, swampland, plateaus, farmlands, and forests. Since Siberia is so big, though some of it may be impossible to live in, other parts are content with luscious soils ideal for farming and living. Subsequently, Novaya Zemlya too has Ural Mountains, but consists of only icy and rocky land. Pollution in Siberia ranges from nuclear testing in the Arctic to burning forests due to climate change. Novaya Zemlya's pollution is so crazy and out of control that it contaminated the Barents Sea with nuclear toxins. The nuclear waste is because Russia decided to test the world's largest bomb, the Tsar's Bomba, underground here. To put into perspective how big the bomb is, it weighs 27 tons, and its explosion can have a weight of 100 megatons, but the testing was only done at 50 megatons. 50 megatons is still 3,800 times the strength of the bomb dropped in Hiroshima. Novaya Zemlya also has its own sun effect, which causes sunrises and sunsets to appear off, and occasionally it'll make the sun appear as lines to make the rectangular sun. From the physical features listed, you can already assume what the hardest part in Russia to live is. Now, how do the different physical features pose a challenge to living? In both places, the temperature is almost always below zero. This makes it hard to grow food and stay warm, and it requires many tedious tasks to be done. Tasks could include shoveling snow, wearing extra thick layers, and crying because you can't feel your fingers. Sadly, in Novaya Zemlya, the summer can't even let you take a break from the freezing temperatures. The cold and dryness classify both places as tundras. Low precipitation makes it hard on crops and causes the soil to lack nutrients. The tundras also make transportation very difficult. The complex landforms, especially the mountains in both places, make it hard to build infrastructure in these areas. Difficult weather, climates, landforms, and pollutions make the area uninhabitable. Siberian forests have also killed many. It really shows how climate change is a big problem. The fact is, Siberia is 77% of Russia, makes all the people accessible to trade, allowing for more resources and international imports. Novaya Zemlya, on the other hand, has little contact with the rest of the world, as many documents are classified and you need a permit from the Ministry of Defense to even go there. The Novaya Zemlya sun effect also affects the way the human and animal brains work. There are so many reasons not to live in these places, so why do people even stay there? Siberia was an immense amount of land with a low population of people to other people living in overpopulated areas in Asia. Many people began to move to Siberia and have created homes, diversified cultures, and many traditions of their own. As Siberia develops, many resources like oil, vegetation zones, timber, minerals, and fishing were discovered, thus allowing for many people to get jobs.
Some people did not seek jobs because they were more interested in the low population density. The people of Novaya Zemlya stay in Novaya Zemlya for their culture, home, and family. The two towns in the entirety of Novaya Zemlya are located on the coast, away from the high amounts of radiation. The life there the people have developed is a life that they're used to. Therefore, the mere 3,000 people living there enjoy the environment. In some cases, people live there for their military jobs. Rather, the jobs are for the bomb testing or classified experiences. Many of the military positions are quite high-paying jobs. The reason why people choose to stay there or move to the certain location have some similarities, but also much differ from each other. To survive these places, many people have developed new social and physical features, as well as traditions to live better. In Siberia, fur coats have been popular for keeping warm, even helping Siberia's economy to grow to Westerners that love the warmth and look of the coats. Many Siberians are said to have strong endurance, kinship, and a rough and ready kind of mindset. Physically, Siberians have an increased basal metabolism. This evolutionary trait may be because of the freezing temperatures. Increased blood pressure is also a trait Siberians have to stay warm. When facing freezing temperatures, you may feel your body get weak. To combat this problem, many Siberian people have developed better energy regulation. There is no specific information about the people living in Novaya Zemlya, so the research is done on the Nenets, who are said to make up most of Novaya Zemlya's population. The Nenets have many Asian features, like smaller eyes, as the sun reflecting off the snow makes the place quite bright, even blinding. They have their own deers, as they've become deer herders, using deer for everything from clothes to tools to food. The people have connected by using their own language and religious beliefs. In other places, you see the different traits developed to deal with the different physical features. Even though both places are quite similar in climate, you can see how small differences within the environment lead to disparate features. Although I found no studies on it, I think the radiation in Novaya Zemlya may have given the people a higher resistance to radiation. In conclusion, I can say for a fact that the Siberian region is a much easier place to live than Novaya Zemlya. Both regions are cold, but at least Siberia has a short summer. Both places are polluted by different things, allowing for radiation and forest fires to be big problems. Both places have strong knitted communities and people with fascinating adaptations to the environment around them. Surviving the climate was one thing, but job hunting-wise, Siberia still has many more jobs than Novaya Zemlya. Siberia is not isolated from the rest of the world and has many resources to go around. Why don't you live there?